In the dusty town of Sichar, under the relentless heat of the midday sun, a woman named Mara made her way to the well at the edge of the village. She carried an empty jar on her shoulder, her steps slow and heavy, not just from the weight of the vessel but from the weight of her heart. Mara was an outcast, shunned by the villagers for mistakes she had made in her past. To avoid their scorn, she came to the well at the hottest hour, when no one else would be there. But on this day, as she approached the well, she saw a man sitting by its edge. He was dressed simply, his face kind but weary, as though he had traveled a great distance. Mara hesitated, unsure whether to turn back or continue. She had no desire to face another person's judgment. The man looked up and smiled. "Will you give me a drink of water?" he asked, his voice gentle and inviting. Mara stopped, surprised. "You're a Jew," she said cautiously. "Why would you ask me, a Samaritan, for water? Our people don't even speak to each other." The man's eyes held no judgment, only warmth. "If you knew who was asking you for water," he replied, "you would have asked him instead, and he would have given you living water." Mara frowned, confused. "Sir, you have nothing to draw water with, and the well is deep. Where would you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us this well?" The man leaned forward slightly, his gaze steady. "Everyone who drinks this water will thirst again," he said. "But whoever drinks the water I give will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give will become a spring of water welling up to eternal life." Mara's heart stirred with a hope she hadn't felt in years. "Sir," she said, her voice trembling, "give me this water, so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here." The man nodded, but then he said something that startled her. "Go, call your husband and come back." Mara looked down, her cheeks burning with shame. "I have no husband," she admitted quietly. "You are right," the man said, his tone still gentle. "You have had 5 husbands, and the man you are with now is not your husband. What you have said is true." Mara's eyes widened. How could he know this about her? She had never seen him before. "Sir," she said, "I see that you are a prophet. Tell me, why is it that our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews say that Jerusalem is the place where we must worship?" The man smiled, as if he had been waiting for this question. "A time is coming," he said, "when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. True worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshippers the Father seeks. God is spirit, and his worshippers must worship in spirit and in truth." Mara felt something shift inside her, a burden lifting she hadn't even realized she was carrying. "I know that the Messiah is coming," she said, her voice filled with longing. "When he comes, he will explain everything to us." The man looked at her, his eyes filled with a profound love. "I who speak to you am he." Mara's breath caught in her throat. She dropped her jar and ran back to the village, her heart pounding with joy. She burst into the square, where a group of villagers were gathered, and cried out, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did! Could this be the Messiah?" The villagers, astonished by her boldness and the change in her demeanor, followed her back to the well. There, they found the man still sitting by the water. He spoke to them, and many came to believe in him because of his words. From that day forward, Mara was no longer an outcast. She became a beacon of hope in her village, sharing the story of the man who had seen her, truly seen her, and offered her living water. And though she never learned his name, she knew in her heart that she had encountered the divine. The end.